The government is going to hike the quota from 1,000 to 1,500, but not until July 2020. The announcement finally clears up the confusion over the government's plans after New Zealand First recently threw a spanner in the works. Here's our political reporter, Craig McCulloch.
Jacinda Ardern and Winston Peters, side by side and back on the same page over refugees.
We're both very, very proud. All of us are proud with the announcement that we've made today. It will make a huge difference to the lives of refugees.
Labour campaigned on a promise to lift the refugee quota to 1,500, but Mr Peters cast doubt on that several weeks back when he was in Nauru. He said then it was not a government commitment. New Zealand had to first look after its own people, such as its 50,000 homeless and people in places like Hokianga who needed help. Today, a very different tone.
This is about people, not about politics and controversy.
Mr Peters says he has no reservations whatsoever about lifting the refugee quota. He says immigration is trending down and the government is already looking after New Zealanders.
This was always on the cards, that we'd get it done when we had all the background work done on the refugee centres, also the housing preparation and a host of other things.
Winston Peters is holding them to ransom.
Nationals leader Simon Bridges doesn't buy the unified picture. He says there has to have been a quid pro quo.
We'll see the size of the secret deal in due course, whether it is big and changes in the industrial law area or whether it's $1 billion for one of his pet projects. You can be sure he's got something for this deal.
That is not how this government works.
Jacinda Ardern wants to project a picture-perfect government, everyone in line. But there was a notable absence.
Where were the Greens? They're more of a camouflage party than a Green Party.
No one from the Green Party was at the announcement. They want the quota to go much higher, up to 6,000 over 5 years. This comes nowhere close. But the Green MP Golriz Gurraman is putting on a brave face.
This is just a beginning as far as I'm concerned, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, we do need the Green Party policy in order to bring us in somewhere between Australia and Canada per capita, so we're still lagging behind.
The increase also won't kick in until July 2020, still nearly 2 years away. Ms Ardern says the timeline is simply a logistical matter.
If we welcome people into New Zealand, we need to make sure that we can provide them with adequate housing, adequate services, and that they're in communities where their neighbours are provided with that adequate housing and services too. And we're doing both.
Decisions have yet to be made about what regions the refugees will come from. Cabinet will consider that at a later date. Atu iti whare parimata mō te hōtaka o te ahiahi, ko Craig McCulloch.